Hello everyone, welcome to the O2 Blueroom. We are live after a mammoth victory for England against Tonga. I've got to check it because it's unreal. 69-3 is outrageous. Here with Rachel Burford and Jonathan Joseph. It was a fabulous game, wasn't it, for England, Rachel?
Yeah, absolutely. We got lots of variety, some great forward tries, but also threw the ball around. Some great debuts as well and scoring on their debut. And so, yeah, I think a really good day at the office.
Jonathan, I know we were watching it together and you were quite enthused by some of those performances that Rachel just mentioned.
Yes, I was indeed. I thought George Furbank went very well at 10. Obviously, wasn't expected to start, but stepped in, and I thought he impacted the game very well. Radwan, we saw him early on actually distributing the ball a little bit, but then in the second half we saw him open up. So massively excited, and then obviously Marcus Smith came on and does what Marcus Smith does.
Marcus Smith got an amazing reaction when he came on. Well, when he started warming up, it was phenomenal. And Jonathan, you were saying that he is one for the future. He's going to be a world-class rugby player.
Yeah, I think he's one for now. I think he's an unbelievable player. That's what I just said, yeah. Unbelievable player. Really exciting to see where his career goes.
All right, well, we have got an interview that we did in the changing rooms, in the locker room. It might be outside, pitch side. We have got Jonny May, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Atkinson as well, and George Furbank, we mentioned him. So this is what they had to say after the match. So let's take a look.
Jonny, firstly, congratulations. Give us your emotions after the game there today.
Yeah, overwhelming really in terms of how special a day it was. It's the start of a new England. I'm very grateful to still be a part of it, and I'm really pleased to see new boys coming in and lots of young boys really going out there and express themselves, playing some great rugby. But mostly it's to have 82,000 back at Twickenham and to make our fans, friends and family happy at Twickenham, which is a special place. It's a day to remember. So overwhelmed with positivity and nice things at the moment, so good.
Jonny, you're a guy who likes to play in space. Tonga were very physical today, but there were times, particularly in the back three, you found yourself with a bit of space. Was it nice for you to get your hands on the ball and actually get those legs going? Yeah,
of course it is. It's always fun to get the ball in a bit of space, express yourself, but that comes from the hard work on the pitch, all the fundamentals of the game, and the boys and the pack did a great job of that, and also the way we prepared as well. Came through today. It looked like all the preparation we've done is transferred onto the pitch, so that was also good.
You've been in this English camp for a while now. Tell us about this crop of young guys that are coming through, because it's a really a beautiful blend of young and experienced together. But for you who's seen it before, tell us what's it like from the inside.
No, like I said, it's definitely a new chapter. You can feel the energy is changed, and it is a new England. There's older guys and more experienced guys still here, and we're very grateful to be a part of it. But the energy and the talent that this young crop have brought in and showed today is remarkable. But we can't get too carried away, because the next 2 weeks are going to be very different challenges to the one we had today.
Jonny, congratulations. Thank you very much for the time. We're going to move over to Mark Atkinson here. Mark, firstly, first cap for England. We spoke off camera a second ago. It feels like some quite weird dream, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's quite special. I thought this sort of thing, probably passed me by, but it's to get a chance to be out there, and especially, like Jonny said, with fans back in, it's a special moment for me. And then a lot of people have followed me around for 31 years as well. It's a special moment to get them. They sort of all rallied and travelled the country to get here, and cost me a few quid in tickets, but that's what you do, isn't it, when they rally to get here? But it was a special day for a lot of people close to me.
The National Anthem, I think, for everyone who enjoys rugby, 82,000 there. I mean, you were in the middle of the pitch there. Just give us a sort of sense of your emotions when that was ringing around the stadium.
Yeah, I was in trouble as the camera. Yeah, I think the camera just passed me by. I was in trouble after that. So I sort of knew there'd been sort of waves of emotion that had hit me over the last 24 hours since Eddie said that what was happening. But in a way, you can't ask for anything more than sort of for it to happen in a strange way like that. It gives you a chance to sort of prepare, just thrown into it and just go from there. So yeah, it was cool. It was special to be doing that.
You've been in camp now for a couple of weeks. Australia coming up next week, South Africa afterwards. I mean, for you, it's kind of, you said at 31 years old.
We don't need to keep repeating it. Like, I think it was like a thing that I said, but we don't need to make sure that's not the storyline, is it?
Let's let the 31 thing go.
You just mentioned it again. Yeah, let's just go with the idea of just rugby player gets debut at some point in his career. Yeah.
Not mention the age or anything like that.
Well, it's just at some point, aging rugby player plays for England. I don't know. Something like that.
Friends and family have helped you on this journey. I saw you afterwards up there with your wife as well. To have those in the crowd, I think you said your dad was coming as well. I mean, that's the full deal, right?
Oh, it's special, yeah. It's not having seen much emotion from my old man, but he was in bits up there, yeah. And then Lids we had a 10-week-old baby, so for Lids to have her and to have photos like that'll last a lifetime. It was special, but just to have both sides of our family here today. Like I said, a joke about costing a few quid, but it was pretty special to walk up there and see them all after.
Well done, congratulations, you did him very, very proud. And finally, George Furbank, a man who, well, yeah, I suppose after everything that's happened with England over the last 24, 36 hours, I mean, complete respect to you, George, for stepping up into the breach like that. Tell us what it's been like for you for the last day and a half.
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I've been training quite a bit at 10, so I was sort of prepared to step in there, and then obviously Marcus came fit and got put on the bench, and I thought I'd be covering 15. And obviously Faz has gone down with COVID, so I got put back in there. But no, it's something for me, like growing up, being able to wear the 10 jersey for England at Pack Twickenham, that's like almost as special as my first cap. Particularly as like growing up, you sort of idolise. I sort of idolise those guys in those fly-out positions, and yeah, so to wear that 10 jersey is a dream come true.
Got some great shots of you today. They're a big bunch, Tonga, and defensively, I mean, that must be one of the performances of your life. I've got a couple of shots of you absolutely jumping all over them as well. What's that like being in the 10 jersey when they're coming down your channel at you?
I mean, I was screaming at Hunters for most of the game to get off the scrum and please help me, because I knew what was coming. I mean, it's just a case of sort of bracing yourself and hope for the best almost. They're a big physical team, but we knew what was coming, and as long as I got in the way and slowed the progress, then that was the main thing.
This New England, I mean, you've been around 2020, wasn't it? I think was it last year in France that you made your debut. But for you, you're seeing these young guys come in. You're coming almost in the middle of this crowd, really looking over each shoulder. What can you say about this New England that Eddie's talking about?
It's really exciting to be a part of. That we're bringing some new things into the game, and 5-6 years time, you'll probably see a lot of Prem teams taking what we're doing on board. So it's really exciting to be a part of an innovative coaching team, and one that wants to get better the whole time. And obviously doing that with a mix of senior guys and young guys and guys in the middle is special.
And finally, we know that the O2 Blueroom is going to be absolutely hopping. People in there enjoying themselves, celebrating. We know that Twickenham was phenomenal today, 81,500 in here as well. But a word to the fans from where you were, for the anthems all the way through the game today.
Yeah, it's massive. That's the first time I played at Twickenham with a full crowd. So I didn't really know what to expect, and as soon as the anthem started, you're like, oh wow, okay, this is noisy, and like any sort of moments where a break goes on or a good piece of skill happens, like the crowd just lifts. So it's an amazing experience. I'm sure there'll be a few people a few beers deep this evening. I saw my mates actually after the game, and they were on their way.
They deserve it. George, congratulations, well done stepping up. It's short notice as well. You did yourself very proud today, but thank you very much. Have a good night as well.
Cheers, Max. Thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, England 69, Tonga 3. Yes. I mean, you've got to say, I doff my cap to George Furbank. He was saying he was put in a role that he wasn't used to. Yes, he's been training at 10. But he basically said, you know what, you've got to put your head in the spokes and get on with it. And he did that today. It was an impressive performance, wasn't it, Jonathan? Yeah,
like I said earlier, I thought he did very well. Line breaks, seemed to control the game well. Obviously, your fly half controls how you attack. And, I thought he did that really well. Yeah, it was. It was impressive. We've got to talk about Courtney Laws, obviously, captaincy. And I think he did what a captain has to do by showing that you never give up. The way that he hunted down
and saved a try by an exquisite tackle is the best way to describe it. It was out of this world.
Yeah, it was really impressive from Courtney Laws, but I think it just shows and epitomises the type of game that he always plays. He never gives an inch. No matter what it is, he never gives up. And I think anybody who was watching that probably thought that was going to be a try. Yeah, we managed to get outside Stewart as well, so you probably thought, right, definitely in. And then all of a sudden he comes in with a last clutch tackle. And like that, that's not talent, that's just desire, and that's just will to want to do something and represent the Rose.
Henry Slade was man of the match. That's a perfect warm-up for us going into Australia next game and then South Africa, because they're going to be two completely different challenges to what we've seen today.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that's definitely the start that we all wanted to see. We wanted to make sure we put in a full 80-minute performance, and I think that's what we got. But now on to the next challenge, and what a huge one it is. Australia playing really well. So again, they're going to have to freshen up, recover well, and then hit the training paddock hard.
Rach, do you think Eddie will be happy with that today?
I think he'll be relatively happy with a lot of things. They created a lot of opportunities. Where there might be some concerns is a lot of opportunities is that they missed. You know, there was a lot of errors that crept into that middle third of the game. So I think they'll want to go away. They'll look at all the real positives, but there are some areas that they're going to need to tidy up on.
All right, Jonathan, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us. We really appreciate it. And remember to check out O2 Inside Line on all the social channels and also the RFU channels as well. We've had a great day here at Twickenham. We are up and running. Australia next. I bid you farewell.
Eddie Jones here. Welcome to Series 4 of Next Level. I hope you enjoy the coverage, and we're delighted to give you a bit of an insight into England rugby too.